Welcome to another amazing episode of Partner Up. Today is a fantastic day because we're wrapping up the season. We've had about eight episodes, sorry, so far.
Eighth episode, actually.
Oh my gosh, eight episodes.
Okay.
In fact, I'm happy about today's episode because we're going to be able to give you a couple of gists on how we started. I want to say a big thank you to our viewers. We are so grateful for you guys. You're always supporting us, always joining, always sending us the DMs to give us encouraging words and also directing how you'd like the next episode to be. We really, really are appreciative of you. And I would also like to say thank you for those of you who are watching us for the first time because I know very well that I have a new guest watching me today. So welcome to Partner Up, and again, this is our final episode for the season. And of course, you know that I have my fantastic and beautiful co-anchor, Amanda.
Well said, Alera. So we're very happy to be here today, and Christmas is in the air. So,
Wow.
Partner Up is designed for you if you're a business owner, if you're a development professional, sales, even partnership. We are here to give you the tools you need to succeed in your roles. So take your business to the next level up in your career. That's
Yeah.
all we want to do here. And we are the right show for you to catch up with. Binge on all our episodes over Christmas and start January all fired up to take everything higher,
Hi,
higher.
hi, hi. I mean, I love the feedback that I've been getting so far.
Yeah.
Even like, sorry guys, I'm still on the high of
Okay.
how things have been since we started this show. Again, you have to just do things afraid because you never know what's at the end of the other side. Today we're going to be sharing gists of how this entire beautiful, session started. I would also, myself and Amanda would also be giving you a couple of insights of what's been happening to us this year. The year has given everybody gbas. I had a fair share of mine, and I know Amanda too has a few stories to share. But the great thing again is we've been blessed that at the end of the year we're closing the year with like amazingness.
Yeah, so we're closing strong, and then this is
Yeah.
not to put anyone under pressure. It's just gratitude, like regardless of the situation of things, just being alive. I don't want to go all biblical, but
Uh-huh.
a living dog is better than a dead lion.
Yeah,
So as long
yeah.
as you're awake, it's another opportunity. It's a gift. Every day is a gift, truly, and we have to keep saying it that way.
Yes, we do. Okay, guys, so before we dive into today's reflection, because again, today's show is about reflecting about how the entire episode and really the entire season has been. So let's share, this link with our friends and family members. Go to Upgrade Official Upgrade TV on YouTube, and on Instagram, you go to partnerup_AB World to follow us, to understand, and even to just keep in touch, or just keep up with what we're doing. Again, this show is rooted on partnerships, and today Amanda and I were going to be telling you our own version. I mean, the first version on how this love story started, and as well as the amazing blessings that is coming next year. I call it blessing because again, to identify certain type of partnership, if it's a partnership that is going to last over 1 year, it's a blessing, mostly when
Yeah.
it's favorable for both parties. So we're looking forward to that. We're going to be coming back in a couple of minutes, so just give us a moment, and we'll be sharing our wellness check soon. But before then, we're going to be back. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. So, before our wellness check, Amanda and I want to just share this story of how PartnerUp started. Amanda, do you want to go first?
Okay. So for a lot of people who know both of us separately, it was an unusual pairing.
Yes, it
It's
was.
almost like, it's quite
Amanda and
strange. Oh, I
Alera.
know Alera, I know Amanda, but I don't know both of you together. And I would say that sometimes opportunities meet you in very weird places. So we attended a Zoho Women in Business conference, and during the break, Alera, myself, and Ua,
Yeah.
who runs the studio, were just talking together, and I just said, "Oh, Alera, you do so many things, and I think that you do well on air. You should definitely have a show." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, 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 yeah." I was like, "Oh, yeah, but what's the hold up? What's keeping that from happening?" And she obviously had no excuses.
Right.
So I think I came on this show basically as a Alera's accountability partner.
Guys, that's the truth.
So you see, that's my role here, really. So Alera is, she's doing a lot of great things in partnerships, and we found that we have a lot in common, especially as both of us work with a number of brands on different projects. So we decided, why not? Let's share that with a number of people here. A lot of people see great events happen. They see great partnership being closed, but no one really speaks to sales and partnership people. You hear a lot of stories about founders, you hear a lot of stories about how we made it, but the nitty gritty of the sales and partnership process, we found that there was a lot of content around that was missing. And Alera and I decided to fill in the gap with this show. And what we hope for is that years and years to come, people can stumble upon this content and it will still be relevant and fresh and very useful to anyone who's starting off in sales, business development, and partnerships. That is our goal. And that's why this show was started. So we're really, really putting together a time capsule. So when you search us, and then you say thank you in future. So
yes, this is really awesome. So I mean, the camera was off my face for a bit because I almost got emotional right there. Again, guys, for people who know me, I am always very grateful about amazing things that happen in my life, and I am so grateful for Amanda and Owa. Mostly Amanda, the way Amanda dragged me. First of all, Owa always harasses me that, Alero, you should start a show. But again, I wasn't sure what it should be. And when myself and Amanda met that day, and she was like, you know what, you're going to talk about partnership because you do this thing, and I'm going to support you all the way. And I would say thank you, Amanda, for being there. Amanda has been, guys, for the past few months, Amanda has been my number one fan. And I would say that because she has pushed me to do so many things. Again, with the pricing, founders, you know how tough it is to put pricing on your product. I have been battling with my pricing since February. And thankfully, with Amanda's help, the team was able to create subscription plans, which we're going to launch in January. And I'm grateful again for the fact that you always push me to do what I need to do. And I know a lot of the time I'm always like, I'm not ready. But again, thank you. And thank you to Owa, our producer extraordinaire, for this amazing studio. Thank you to the entire Parallax team. You guys have been so gracious to us. Studio prep, everything. I know that we're always stressing you sometimes. But thank you guys. And again, thank you to the AB World team, Anita and Co. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you for supporting us. Chima, our director, our creative director, the guy that does our designs. Thank you again, Chima, for supporting this journey. And our season 2 will be amazing. We already have guests lined up, and we're putting it open out there, guys. If you would like to be on the show, if you would like for us to discuss your case study, if you would like for us to, talk about your product, your service, or you want to launch, PartnerUp is the place to be. I mean, you can just binge watch our show, like Amanda mentioned. Just use this holiday to watch a couple of our episodes. And again, you can send us emails if you have questions or you would like to partner or sponsor. Again, we're going to be moving to our wellness check, and let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the session. Thank you.
We must not stop to feel how we feel. I think it's important if you want to cry, if you want to vent, if you want to do all of those things, do it.
Yeah.
But don't stay down there forever. Gotta get up, because the world is moving, and nobody's waiting for you.
But sometimes it's hard.
I know.
It's just hard sometimes to get out of bed when you're in that mood.
Oh, no,
like,
totally.
I don't want to do this today. But
then you think of all, and if you're big on especially things like personal branding, and if you're a leader, especially, or if you're the CEO of a company or you're an entrepreneur, you have all these people looking up to you. It's a lot. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Right? So I think being strong is one thing, but actually really taking care of yourself at the same time, I think we must not forget to do that.
100%.
No matter how many times we wear masks, and no matter how many times we, appear to be so.
Thanks for staying with us. Okay, so that was our episode 1 of season 1, and we had Dr. Buki Taylor on the show, and that was her giving us her wisdom around wellness. And interestingly, before that time, I was having, my moments that I usually, everybody experiences their moments, but that was my moment. And again, her statement really just shook me, because like, you better get up.
Yeah.
You better get up. Yes, life can be interesting. Life can give you uppercuts right, left, and center. But remember, you have to get up. You have to get up and do it. So again, welcome to our wellness check, and we're reflecting this season, talking about the important topics that we've had. And this year, I want us to reflect on how we have been able to work. And I'm actually referring to most professionals right now, because those are the audience of our show. And I know that we've done a lot this year. Reflecting on my own journey too, I could cry. But again, Amanda, do you have how were you able to handle the year? Because the year was interesting. From the dollar change, to inflation right, left, and center, food, transportation, healthcare, everything just went up. How were you able to handle it?
Well, to be very fair, I'm generally one of the most optimistic people that you'd ever meet. It doesn't mean that I don't have challenges. It just means that there are some things that, as constant for me.
Yeah.
And I think one of that is nurturing particular relationships in your life. I'm very close to my family, and that has really helped. Sometimes you need to have people around you that, regardless of how you are, they accept you warts and all.
Yeah.
That acceptance is key. Just having that, the way people say there's rice at home, there's love at home, having something to fall back to, and just that strong foundation. But family is not just blood, it's also people who hold space for you in their hearts. It was a very difficult year, even for me as a person, but this year, my friends, my family carried me, and it was just great to be surrounded by that level of love and support.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to. Everything is not perfect
I
in
promise
December.
I am not going to cry.
Everything is not perfect in December 2024, but there's a lot of gratitude, and for people who never take a break, please
take a break.
We're encouraging a bit of, indulgence. As you can see.
Please.
As you can see from our tables,
yes.
We're encouraging indulgence.
It's
moderation is key, and I'm really, 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 really looking forward to unwinding. I know that there's some exciting events that are happening this season. I'll let her plug us in on that.
Yes.
One of the things I love to do, and I'm looking forward to doing, is just yapping with my friends.
Oh my gosh!
Over a bottle of wine.
So first of all, guys, for all of you that know, I went to Paris.
Oh, yes.
So I've always loved wine. I had this friend back in the day that we always used to drink wine. Like once we're seeing like this, we're finishing bottles of wine. And it's basically being able to unwind, being able to be in a relaxed environment. That you're just sharing stories, you're sharing experiences. And then thankfully, Amanda's partner, who is now our partner. See, that's the thing about this show. We used to inherit each other's partner. So Seven Hill is sponsoring this episode, and thanks to Seven Hill, you guys are reminded to relax this season. Like this Christmas time, Let me gist you guys. From this night, I'm unwinding.
Okay.
Again,
please give us a weekend itinerary.
My weekend itinerary.
Yeah, so Let's know. Let's hear
Okay, so
it.
my weekend should have started yesterday.
Okay.
I had a premiere to attend, Mufasa, but I couldn't. Something happened. I couldn't go. Then tonight we're having the, Premier Business Network, our fantastic business community, is having their Premier Awards weekend, which is basically starting today. So today we're having the mixers for the nominees, who people that were selected and nominated to win awards for Sunday.
Yeah.
We're having a pre-event mixer for them today. So guys, if you want to be a fan of if you're a fan of the Premier Business community, or you want to be a part of the community, come through. Tomorrow we're having the breakfast session, but that's basically for selected leaders in the ecosystem. So we're having the breakfast session tomorrow, and then on Saturday we're having the beach party, and then on Sunday is now the grand event.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be happening on Sunday. You should follow us on social media. You'll see all the plenty gist. So
yes.
Again, the idea again is to unwind. So this year's celebration is, again, the people that are doing the work. We want to celebrate them. So a lot of the time you will see, for example, we have Axa Mansard purchase tables. We have Macallan. We have a couple of brands that purchased their tables and they've gotten their tables. And these guys are coming with their employees to have fun, to enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you guys have been working from January to December. Come and associate with the people in the ecosystem and network. So that's what this entire event is about. So Amanda and I will be jigging today. We'll be jigging today. But again, let's not digress, because I know that when it comes to wine, we feel more relaxed already, imaginatively. Yeah. But let's just please try as much as we can to rest.
Yes.
This rest is very important. Again, I remember I was sick in July when we're doing GrowthCon, and I had another event, and it was just because I was overdoing it. And the rest of the year has also been busy, but I've been cautious to relax. My trip was very busy. We were going from different meetings to the other. That I literally came back fit, because we were walking and I was stressed, cold. I don't like cold. I don't even like AC. So it was a lot. So we came back sick, and again, rest is important, which I know that
very, very
this entire
important.
December I'm resting. So guys, Amanda, do you want to quickly say something about the wellness check?
Well, so today, we've encouraged enjoyment and indulgence. Don't overdo it. Just make sure you relax, and it's a good time to just show gratitude. It doesn't have to be expensive. Saying thank you doesn't cost you anything, but it brightens someone's day just to hear how much you've helped them or how much they've helped you. It's just thank you. Thank you for the year. Thank you for a lot of things, and thank you brings more.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
If you want me to give you more, thank me. Just thank
Alera,
me.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll see you after behind the camera.
Thank you very much.
But yes. So our main topic for today is the future is partnership, and we're going to be reflecting on the lessons we had for the entire year.
Okay.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be playing one episode from season 1. So season 1, episode 1 is what we'll be playing now, and then we'll do a recap. Stay with us.
Going into a partnership is to go into a partnership with a business, not a person. You have to know how to play the politics, and you have to be very careful. Even though you have a person in there, you need to let the entire agency understand your worth and your value and what you're bringing to the table. Don't just display that to that one person who's signing off on a deal. What does this mean? In my partnerships, I'm doing monthly reports. It's going to everyone. You're going to see exactly what I'm doing, how it's working, how this works for us. I might request to have monthly meetings with everybody else, not just one person. So you want to sell your worth to the brand and not
just
an
one
individual.
person. Hey, thanks for staying with us. So that was episode 1 of season 1, and that particular line, you have to stay in business, or if you have to go into business with the company and not the person. What that mean to you?
Okay, so we were talking about change management. People were saying, oh, yeah, what if my contact at this organization has to leave? How do I start afresh within the organization? So Dr. Buki was answering that. So sometimes, of course, like relationships are personal. I just want to make that clear if you're just joining us or you didn't watch that episode. And then sometimes you're wondering about continuity. And then that's why she said, show your value to the entire business, not just the person. And she talks about monthly reporting, talks about copying a lot of people in the emails.
Yeah.
People do that not to report you sometimes. It's just so that when somebody else leaves, there's a trail to follow, or there's even monthly reports. You can show, oh, we did this month. This is how my service benefited your organization. Just documenting, really, and then documentation that is not focused on a single person. I think that's what Dr. Buki was trying to highlight there, and I think it's really important.
It's important because I remember, again, the question that the person asked was regarding changing of leadership, and it's interesting that that thing keeps happening.
It happens.
And in the entire sales and partnership and business development ecosystem, most people are interested in just bringing in the deal and taking the glory. And then when their person that helped them connect the deal leaves, they're like panicking because they know that that's either that premium, that money you're getting, or that connection is gone. But if you had built with your entire with the entire team, built relationship with the team, make sure that everybody is carried along with the report.
Exactly. I have one tip. In January, a lot of people are changing jobs. So if you've not sent a yearly report to any of your clients, if you're a consultant or you're providing a service, I advise you to do that before the year closes. Copy as many people as possible, because we know that there's usually a hiring cycle around January, and you don't want to lose your main contact and be stranded with your partnerships come 2025.
Yeah, right. So basically, I like that. Okay.
Guys, if you've not done your yearly reports,
I've collected a tip from there, because we were going to send our newsletter. But again, with what you said, it has to, if you're sending your newsletter, make sure that it encompasses everything you have done, all your efforts, all the wins that you've achieved for the year should be a part of it.
Yes, it should.
It should. Okay, super. Let's play episode 2 of our season. With those mad KPIs, what would be the things, like maybe 4 5 things that will be like the touch points that they need to figure out, like, how do I start? What are those things to meet their target? What would it be?
So I would answer this way. I would say, whatever target you get, break it down. Don't get overwhelmed when the company comes to meet you and say, okay, for this FY, we're going to, I don't know, say on board 10 million customers. You're like, oh my God, how do I get that? 10 million customers is a lot.
Yes.
Right, so first, relax. It's a year. Break it down into quarters, into months, and into weeks. You need to have a strategy first, but you need to also have that target breaking down. That way you can understand what is expected of you within a certain time frame. And then next thing is, since you already have a strategy, follow through with it. Amazing. But breaking it down, very important. You get overwhelmed.
Is there a specific way to break it down? Like, okay, let's start from their monthly KPI. So at the end of the month, you're supposed to achieve XYZ. What would be the first thing in breaking down?
Okay, so for me, let me use the same analogy I was using earlier. A company says on board 10 million customers, right? The first question for me would be, okay, 10 million customers, what type of customers have we been looking for, right? The next thing would be, what would a 6-month target?
Yeah. This was another fantastic episode.
Yes.
Verbon basically gave a lot of insights, and again, when you've been given the assignment, it's usually very difficult to achieve that target if you do not know who to ask or what to do. What's your take on it, Amanda?
Okay, so I'm going to sound like a preacher, but again, if you notice, a lot of self-help books are still like Bible principles. So write the vision, make it plain. So for example, with what Verbon said, Alera and I have to remind ourselves of this, because people watch us on this show and be like, oh yeah, great partnership people, come and do the miraculous. and then we might get those opportunities, and it might seem daunting at the beginning. So this is a great reminder of how to just break down every large or unattainable goal into something smaller, into small bites. So like you said, 10 million, that's divided by 12 to start off with.
Somewhere.
And then there's something he said, like quick wins. I think before you even go into division, it's more about customer segmentation. What he said, what kind of customers, who are the best sort of partners you should be looking for.
Yeah.
See how we're dropping gems before 2025. So when you're sitting down to do your planning, it's not just about the numbers. Who are the kind of people you want to work with?
Exactly.
I think we have to even put that out before the end of this episode. Who are the people we are looking to work with in 2025?
I think.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
But this episode, yes, I like how Verbon really broke that down.
Yeah. Again, most people that I know that are working on their strategy, because I mean, for Q4, when I think it was in October or November, most of my partners were reaching out to say, hey, what's your plan for next year? Let's put your plans into our own plans. And a lot of people are also sourcing for partners because they've done their strategy. They know what they want to do next year.
Yeah.
So now the partners that will fit into that strategy, that will fit into that success happening, that will make that your strategy happen quickly. You have to now start tailoring who those people are. And like Amanda said, at the end of this show, we're going to tell you. Because
we might be looking for you. We might be looking for you. Okay.
Okay. I know that time is fast spent. Let's play episode 3. I think episode 3 was a case study. Let's see.
Not so sure.
Episode 3. But I want to ask you, regarding launching your new product now, you need to have a good team. Because one of the things you talked about is, okay, now you've hired somebody, the person is doing amazing, but you really want to see that value as to the results in revenue, the results in numbers of downloads. So in order to launch, what is the secret to having a great team behind that successful project that you want to put together, you want to put out? What's that secret to actually getting the right team that can, fire up that project to make sure that you're able to crush, the goals that you projected?
To my mind, I think there are 3 things. One, and I'll start with the leader first. I think the idea needs to be clear in the leader's mind. The leader needs to know exactly what he wants to achieve or what she wants to achieve. That clarity will go a long way to determine where things go in the end. Second is that leader needs to be able to communicate the thoughts in his head very clearly to everyone on the team.
Yeah.
And it's not that I told them once. I'm speaking here about constant, repetitive communication, verbal, non-verbal. Constantly drumming into the ears of the team what we're about until everyone.
So we had the founder of the Zitra on that episode, and Babatunde basically gave an amazing insight that I had to go through it to realize it. A lot of leaders do not really tell you exactly what their goals are, or they don't say it clearly, and a couple of times the employees are not able to deliver, or it's because it's not clear. I remember there was a time when I was working at Sterling, and my former boss back in the day, OJ would tell us when she's going for her management meeting, because everyone in the team is doing is what she's going to report. So we know that we dare not make her goof, because she's going to represent us. So she makes her values clear, her expectations are very clear, what she wants to get from everybody, and it was easy for each of the team leads to come together to make sure that we're able to deliver on the task. So yes, that's really important. What do you think about that, Amanda?
So you don't tell me that my team cannot read my mind?
Because you're what?
No, but I have been in situations
Glenda and what's the other lady's name? Really?
I have been in situations where the communication is not clear. You have a general overview or high level view of what the organization wants, and sometimes that shifts, especially in high growth startups. It's part of the terrain like that. Sometimes the focus is shifting, and I think that as quickly as it's shifting, you should still carry your team members along.
I agree.
That's very important. So no matter how it seems it's like moving the goalposts, it's better for people to know where the company is headed and what is the priority per time.
I agree. Okay, so because we have a long list to go, can we play the next episode? Because I want everybody to get a glimpse. So let's play the next episode.
Okay.
There are different ways that you can find strength in various partnerships. For instance, I'm going to give you three different ecosystem sectors and how, the different systems can collaborate. The first one will be the banking system. So let's assume that you're in the banking industry and you've been given a KPI in order for you to, because of course the bank has a lot of money. So you've been given a financial target of, let's say, 5 billion at the end of 2024 for you to, build something that can, take 5 billion naira out of the company, out of the bank. What are you going to do? The first thing that I would suggest that you do is to think of different organizations that you can collaborate with in order to make you as a financial service company, shine brighter. That's one. So the first thing. All right. So for this episode, we talked about how you as a partnerships person or a business development person can meet your partnership goals depending on your sector. But so far as you are doing partnership, again, the tip I gave on that episode was to create multiple streams, like one partnership that can lead to another partnership that can lead to another partnership, because having like connected sector partnership would help you.
Inception. No, don't mind me, Aleric. Please go on.
Oh my God, Amanda. So anyway, for that episode, we basically wanted mostly people in the new to partnerships. If you wanted to get tips on how you can scale, tips on how you can meet your target, depending on the sector that you belong to, you have to find, the brand or the company that basically speaks to exactly what you were doing. For the guys in the insurance space, embedded insurance, find different people that you can embed your insurance with, financial companies, automobile companies, FMCG, logistic companies. There's like a long list of people you can partner with. You can now relate, like you can basically connect. Again, you can send us emails. We do this as coaching as well. So reach out to us. When we launch our price list next year, you would basically see how much that would cost. But yes, don't worry.
I love that. I would say that if you're shy or you like to keep to yourself, that might not help you in 2025.
Yeah.
So you need to embrace some of those WhatsApp groups that you're on. Embrace some of those, gatherings of people. You'll find that there are lots of people with varied sectoral experience, and it's good to tap into that. If you're in a group or even in a church movement or an alumni group for your school, you'll find that people are working across different sectors, and that might just be the great fishing pond for you to find your potential partnerships. So talk on that group today. Say Merry Christmas to those people on those 1,000 WhatsApp groups. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Being shy
Doesn't help any salesperson or partnerships lead.
And there's nobody that no are skilled. Like right now, tell me no matter, like in any area of my life. If anybody just says no, it will hurt though. But that no is basically giving you more strength to be stronger.
Exactly.
All right, so let's play the next episode.
Everybody watching, they've heard a bit about what you said about interesting partnership. But can you tell us a secret about bulk customer acquisition?
Yeah.
So because now you're saying this, you've not talked about the numbers with who go host, but now, for example, if I get into a financial sector and they say, on board 50,000 customers in 12 months, I want to hear a secret about bulk customer acquisitions, because a lot of people will not even know where to start from, given that kind of mandates.
Okay, so let me just break it down as easy as can.
Don't say it as a secret. We need
no,
to hear you.
Wait, but I'll talk out small. So, for instance, now we have a new fintech here.
Yeah.
That is trying to penetrate the market with a new solution. So, what you need to do, you need to understand the cluster first, where you do your pilots. You need to have pilots. You need to have test the water. What most people do, like for people like Kudi, they had partnered with Paga to scale as an aggregator.
Yeah.
And later you get your license. MoneyPoint has been on the ground since. MoneyPoint built solution for Fidelity. They were in the market before, so they tested the market and they left. So for you to scale through all of this, you need a very, very fantastic structure. You need salespeople. I do solution Salesforce. Sorry. You need salespeople on ground. If it's Lagos that you want to work on, you need to diversify Lagos, and you also need to have strategic partners.
I have a testimony. So someone was telling me that he hunted Azuka down.
Are you serious?
Yes, so he was given a target to go and acquire people in clusters. And he was like, when he now saw our show, he was like, ah, God, oh, thank you. He reached out to me and he was so thankful that he eventually reached out to Azuka, and Azuka was pretty helpful.
Oh, well, to be honest, like this was a really great episode because Azuka didn't shy away from
calling names,
calling names, giving direct tips. I don't want us to talk much about this. Please go and watch this episode. Go and watch this episode.
All right, cool.
Watch it. Let's move on to the next
one. Okay, episode 6.
Yeah.
Can we have that? So how did Zoho decide to enter the Nigerian market, and what was the major thing that made them choose Nigeria? And for their strategic expansion, why did they choose Nigeria?
Okay. One other thing that I would like to say is I'm a pro-Nigerian guy. When they say pro-Nigeria, I always advocate for Nigeria. I also think that we have to represent ourselves better.
Yeah.
So your composure, the way you speak, the way you relate with people, and all of that. And that is to say that we should not be selling ourselves short. In far back as 2019, Zoho, we've seen opportunity in this market. We have young talent, we have young population, thriving economy. People are always up and running. So those are the things that we see, and we said, okay, you know what, we have customers in Lagos, in Nigeria, why don't we just go and set up our office there? Let's move closer to them. So we're trying to give them personalized experience with Zoho. We're trying to localize our products and services, and also there is something that happens when you can speak to your customer directly. They can approach you, tell you their problem, and then you can resolve it. So that is one of the reasons. I think Nigeria poses a good potential for market expansion, and also there's an opportunity.
Yes. So please go on YouTube. We assure you, don't take my word for it. We assure you, PartnerUp is a fantastic show. You should go watch all the episodes that we've had. The episode with Zoho was great.
Yes.
We basically touched all the points that Zoho is a fantastic, technological company. For those people who do not know Zoho, again, Zoho basically gave birth, sort of, to this show because it was their Women in Business event that inspired myself, Uwa, and Amanda to start PartnerUp, and they've been pro technology in small business and big companies. They basically have been helping a lot of people scale. And again, watch the episode so that you can get a lot more information about Zoho. If you want to partner with them, you can reach out to us as well. Let's move to the next episode. So please, because we're trying to keep to time. Next episode.
What would you say are the key elements for high-performing workplace culture? Like, what are the things that employers can do? So this show is about partnerships. We're speaking to a lot of sales and business development personnel, but now we're also speaking to their employers. So what are those things that you can do to create a high-performing workplace culture?
Awesome. So, like I said earlier in the other question you asked me, workplace culture is an imperative in an organization, and every organization needs to be intentional about it. Partnership could be internal partnership because you are partnering with your employees to drive the goal of the organization. It could be external, your customers, and other stakeholders, right? So what are the elements of a high-performing workplace culture? So the first thing is a shared vision. If we all understand what we want to achieve, everyone believes in that vision, and there's a shared sense of purpose, then we move together.
Okay, so Amanda, I wanted to quickly come to you. This episode was a very great episode because workplace culture is something that people don't really speak about, and I love the way you handled that conversation with Nkem.
So one thing here is we don't speak to just the salespeople, we speak to their bosses too.
Yeah.
And culture really impacts performance. I don't want to go too much into it, but I would also say something from the Zoho episode. Notice how they said they're investing in Nigeria. I just wanted to say that for people who feel stuck here in Nigeria, to know that there's still good in the land. And some companies are actually seeing this as a fertile land for them to put their money. So if you're in Nigeria and you had plans to go away that haven't come to fruition, just know that it's not the end of the world and you're not at the worst place in the world. There's a lot of potential here, and then there's a lot of opportunities for you as a person.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much for that, Amanda. So I think we have one more episode to showcase. Let's have that. Please play it.
How has it been like I don't want to say smaller party, but how has it been, being the reacher in the partnerships, especially with the bigger, more established brands? How have you managed that? Because for startups, I know that once you sign that corporate, it's motion, things, it's real.
Yeah.
But how are you able to do that, coming from a position of an upstart or someone that has more to gain from the partnership?
I think it's really like one step at a time. So it's like, okay, let's say you start from day one, you start a business in your garage. You go to somebody for a partnership and they say, no, we want you to go and bring 100 million naira in revenues first and then come back to us. You're like, it's impossible, this one, that one, but you'll be surprised. You might just keep adding one naira every day. And you'll get there eventually, right?
I love that episode with Babatunde of Sycamore.
Yes.
And what he said was so profound, and it's something that I hope a lot of our viewers can take into next year is step by step.
Yeah.
If you don't meet the requirements for a large partnership, you're going to meet the requirements someday. It's like you're trying to fill those annoying forms.
Yeah.
You have to keep gathering your documents, and that's the same way that you see it when you're trying to close out a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You might not have everything today, but you keep walking towards
Eventually.
them. Yeah, and you get them eventually.
I'm glad.
So,
Thank you.
what are you looking forward to in 2025?
Wow. Hey, gosh, where do I start from? So one of the fantastic things that we're closing the year with is that we are now going into business with the French government. So that's...
Whoop, whoop. Who's we?
We, AB World, Premier Business Network. So I don't want to give too much information because there's content. It's just I've not had the time to edit, but we have a lot of contents to share. My recent trip to France was basically by the French government. They were doing the French emission program, and they are trying to build businesses across, between Nigeria, or rather between Africa and then the European and Mediterranean region. Again, like what Amanda mentioned, in the land that you're in, there is a lot of resources. Like in Nigeria, in Africa, there's so many investors, there's so many organizations that are looking at us. They're looking at us like in a way that you don't even imagine, but they're checking every startup, every business that is coming up. They're checking us out. They're listening to what we're doing. And again, Nigerians are doing fantastic. I mean, Money Point recently became a unicorn. Flutterwave also achieved a couple of... we have so many Nigerians doing fantastic in the world. And the European region is focusing on us right now across various sectors: entertainment, creative, agriculture. So for us, next year, we're going to be moving towards that region. People that want to do business in France, you can reach out to us. We have some connections that we'll be sharing on our LinkedIn and social media pages, so please follow us. Then we also have one of our clients, Africa Tech Summit. We're having a conference in Nairobi in February, and there's another one happening in June in London. So for startup companies who are interested in showcasing their product or service on an international stage in Nairobi, you can reach out to us for sponsorship and partnership conversations. We also have Growth Conference. It's Premier Business Network, fantastic conference that talks about growth. We're having the 3rd edition in July 2025. So if you'd like to be a sponsor, if you'd like to be a part of that, reach out to us and we will be able to facilitate that for you. For AB World, we are basically launching fully. We haven't been launching yet. We haven't launched yet, and we're launching fully next year with our prices. Thankfully, we've been urged to build a platform. So, guys, very soon we'll be launching the AB World platform as well. But yes, we're going to be launching next year. Again, we're not available for everyone. Our strategy has basically changed, and we're only available for startup founders who have gotten funding. We're helping you streamline all the entire experience when it comes to looking for the B2B clients you're trying to connect with, and that's what we're here for. So please reach out to us if you have more questions. Amanda, over to you.
I love that. For me, 2025, I would say that I don't say taking it easy this year or this coming year, but I'm going to do less. I'm someone who has always had like a lot of projects. I would be announcing maybe a few things over LinkedIn. But for now, I'm really looking forward to the rest. That's what I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to rest.
I would like to know what that feels like.
Well, I'm looking forward to rest. I'm looking forward to new beginnings, and mostly the year for me is still a blank canvas, and I'm saying that so that other people can relax. If your list is not as long as Alero's, relax. Honestly, relax. So my 2025 is a blank canvas. There are great opportunities in the horizon, and I'm just open to embracing them and talking more about it as the year progresses. So please don't be intimidated by Alero's list.
Oh, wow.
God is still a father to all of us. We'll get there one day.
Again, but I don't like let's say I don't like it. I actually don't like the fact that I work too much. Because there was a day a friend of mine was telling me that you just talk about work all the time.
It's okay.
And I'm like, is it a bad thing?
Not really.
Because I just made I intentionally made myself busy.
You should gift that person in Kem's book about work-life harmony. I think sometimes when you're doing stuff that I don't encourage people to only chase their passions, but if you're so ingrained in your work and that you love it and you know you're bringing value, then there's harmony there. So it's okay if you like your work so much that you talk about it every time.
I love my job.
So
I love my job. Okay, so guys, thank you for staying with us. I think, do you have any last thing to say for this episode or this season? What do you want to say quickly? Because I think we have about 2 minutes.
The wine is called Seven Hills, and you can find it in any supermarket. I just want to close for the year.
People.
I just want to close for the year. Yeah. So people that are still sending emails, I'll get to you.
Yeah.
I'm relaxing.
Relax.
Starting Friday.
So yes, relaxing till 6th of January. From next week, we're going on break.
Yes.
So till 6th of January next week. So yes, I'm relaxing. I'm going to parties. I'm hanging out. I'm sleeping. Sleeping is at the top of the list. Thank you, Amanda, for being an awesome partner.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching all the episodes that we've come with. Guess what? Next year is going to be amazing. Again, if you would like to be a part of this show, you want to be a guest, you want us to talk about your product, you want us to do a case study, please reach out to us, send us an email. If you want to sponsor or partner, also reach out to us. Follow us on Official Upgrade TV on YouTube to watch all our episodes, and then follow us on Instagram, PartnerUp_AB World. Lovely to hear from you again. Till next year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.